Factory Rat Gaming.
Welcome everybody, and thanks for being here. Welcome back to shapes.io. In the last episode we unlocked a stacker. We got to level 11, and so it looks like we're going to be building this mushroom looking thing. This stacker here, it says combines inputs on the same layer if possible, otherwise the right input is stacked on top of the left. So I assume we're going to cut a circle in half and one of these stars, the 4-point stars, in half, and the stacker would lay them side by side. So let's get into that. So here's our hub we've been working with. We'll clear out this section here, try to make some room. We'll bring these mushroom things in on this side of the hub today. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use this open space right here to build our mushroom. We've got this circle there, and blue stars are already being produced over here. We're just gonna bring those up and around. No point making them twice if they're already being produced. So let's start by getting these blue stars over. It's a really easy, quick win. We'll tunnel across there. And then we've got this green patch here. We can start pulling green and making those green circles. All right, we've got some extractors on green. Let's get extractors on these circles. There we go. Now all these circles can merge together. And then we'll push all of this into one conveyor belt here, and that'll feed our circles right up to towards the green area where we'll paint them, split them, and then stack them on top of that blue star. So it looks like we need 1,000 of these. That's quite a bit. So we'll probably be building several of these little factory things right here in this area. Okay, just like we've done before, we've got a bunch of pigment merged out into one conveyor belt to give us our supply. We'll go ahead and put this painter right here to start giving us green circles. Now, in one of our previous episodes, we figured out a pretty compact way to get a bunch of these before, so we'll get 8 of these down and see if we can get some green circles pumping out to keep up with the flow of those blue stars. Let's snake these around here, and we'll use splitters to get them off into each of these. Now we're just going to go ahead and connect them up. Now we need to get color to each of these, and we'll do that with tunnels coming right behind each of these splitters. There we go, that'll give us a little more space. Just here, there, here, 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 and there. That should get us enough. Once we loop this up and around, one more right there. Connect these up. Okay, so in the last episode, we figured out how to use these little mergers, the compact mergers, in order to get things to flow right straight down in one line. So we should be able to connect these all up together just like that. And that's a much cleaner setup than using all those balancers. Now we're going to bring these blue stars up and around so we can go ahead and use them on our stacker, the new stacker. I guess before we stack them, we're going to have to cut them because we've got half a circle and half a star. So let's put a cutter here, and then we should be able to keep both sides. We're just going to have to rotate them correctly. All right, so that shows how we're cutting them. Let's get our stacker. So it says it combines the right input on top of the left input. Yeah, let's rotate these so that they're all the same. That'll make it a little bit easier. Okay, so that's on the bottom like it should be. And both of those on one belt. Yes, perfect. They're all on the bottom like they should be. Let's do the same with these half circles. All right, those circles, oh, they're on the bottom. Let's get that fixed. It just means I rotated them the wrong way. Okay, well, this is a simple solution for now. I'm just gonna go ahead and rotate the output. I may have to come back later and fix that, but for now it works. Now we just gotta get them stacked. So one goes on top of the other. I think let's just get our stacker, and then we're gonna have to bring it into the hub around there. So here's our new stacker. Let's see what it does. Perfect. Half circle on top of a half star. Makes that little mushroom shape. And then we'll go ahead and tunnel from here and get up into the hub. Alright, that's our first one. Only 999 more to go. So now what we're going to do is just continue this. We will split off here, continue taking these halves. There's plenty of capacity here, so we're just going to start taking from this portion and continue stacking and sending them off to the hub. Right, let's do another one. I think I can just put them side by side here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's start with that. Okay, we'll tunnel these in. Alright, I gotta move this tunnel back a little bit so that we have some space. We'll bring these green ones over into this tunnel here. And we can go ahead and split off the blue right here. We'll make one main artery of blue. Okay, well, That one's not gonna work because I didn't leave enough room to turn the conveyors. We'll put our tunnels here, just one across each of these. And just like before, we'll merge that into one main line so those can get delivered all at the same time together. So we're currently at 91, 92 delivered. That's going to give us a good wave, but still we've got room for more. If we peel off, we should be able to get even more of these. Now I noticed we're pretty full on blue, so we've got plenty of blue to work with. Let's go ahead and get this set up here. We can get more stackers going. And we're just going to continue this configuration until we have enough going. But I notice we're out of green. I'm not totally sure why we're out of green. I'm going to have to look into that. I wonder, there's plenty of supply here, but they're definitely being slowed down right there. And I wonder if it's because I put those extra cutters. Let me go ahead and fix this and get the right orientation from the beginning and see if that helps with our throughput. All right, there we go. Now we've got our tops coming out. All right, back to this. Let's go ahead and build out this area using the same format. Tunnels and splitters, tunnels and splitters. That's the name of the game. And then we'll use this fancy setup right across the front, and that'll capture all the outputs there. These greens are still flowing pretty slowly. I'm looking at ways to split them off. We're at 403 so far out of 1,000, so we're about halfway there. Not quite halfway, but almost. I think it's worth it to take the time to try to improve this. So this blue one seems to be keeping up, but the green one does not. I don't know if they're going to different speeds or if one just started before the other, but they're definitely struggling here. The green one's not quite getting this system full. Alright, so here's my thought, is that too many of them are headed in one direction. So I'm going to try and use these balancers to get more of the flow headed into that tunnel so that more of these units are going up into the rest of that factory. Alright, so then now essentially this setup takes 2/3 of this flow and pushes it up into the factory here, hopefully to be using the supply of blues that are waiting at these stackers. Let's see if we can go ahead and supplement these cutting and provide more of these cut pieces by creating more cut stations. That'll help it flow a little better. Go and rotate them just like we did before, and then we'll pipe all these back in on one conveyor. Now that should double our blues. And if we do the same with the green coming off back here, that should help us keep up. So let's get this cutter and some rotators. Bring our mergers down just like that, and then we just need to split off back here and pipe it up. Now we've doubled the flow of the green and the blue. This should start to flow quite a bit more smoothly. Of course, now we're already at 850 pieces delivered. So we're nearly to the end of the level change. Still a ton of blue. We just weren't able to keep up with that production for some reason on these greens. But I do like this really compact setup. There's a little bit of space that could be saved in here as we start looking at improving the layouts of some of these factories. So let's look at our upgrades real quick. So some of the things we've got coming up in an upcoming episode, I think we're going to go ahead and spend some time just getting a bunch of these neutral shapes in here to see if we can upgrade some of these. So we're at 970. By the time we make any more upgrades, that's going to be the end of the level. We'll go ahead and leave it here. Thanks everyone for joining us today on Shapes.io. If you're liking it, go ahead and give the like button a tippity tap or leave a comment down below. Level 11. You've unlocked the chained extractor. Alright, so that's going to give us a chance to pull more resources from those extractors. We'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for joining, and I'll see you in the next one.